before. That was a new one. Nothing, there was nothing good about that from our perspective. We've got to give all the credit in the world to AIC. They were better than us in every facet, in every area of the game. We tried to slow them down. We tried to be physical with them. We actually came out a little bit soft, and we can't go up and down the ice with that experience, that skill, and that speed. And then we tried to make up the physicality. We tried to make up the physical part of our game, and that backfired. We took some bad penalties, and they capitalized on every mistake that we made. Their special teams were outstanding. Their 200-foot game was good. They were just, hey, obviously, I'm Captain Obvious. The score is 7-0. They were better than us in every way, shape, or form. Are we better than we showed tonight? I would like to think so. We weren't the last man standing, but we were the second to last man standing. We've got a very young group. We came in, and like I said, the AIC is a battle-hardened, experienced team that's used to winning, and they do what good teams do. They came out, they played free, they played hard, and they beat us handily.
Questions for the room?
You think the penalty on Brendan at the end of the first was kind of a turning point in the game for you guys?
The penalty on who?
Brendan Cook at the end of the first period, hitting after the whistle, they come out.
Yeah, that was an avoidable penalty. That was actually, I thought we came out a little soft. We took an avoidable penalty. That was something that we couldn't do. The refs were actually letting both teams play, and we wanted to get into a physical game with them. They're just so good. They're so fast, and they jump in the play. And we had to eliminate some numbers. And our game, we thought we had to have an air of physicality to our game. But that penalty was after the whistle. It was an avoidable penalty, and they made us play. They made us pay.
If anyone in this conference knows how to build a winning program, it's you. What can you say about what Coach Lane has done over these last 3-4+ years at AIC? Oh,
it's a masterful job. He's done a remarkable, masterful job with that program. He is one smart operator. He is one good hockey man, and he's also one class act. I love him like a son, and I wish them all the luck in the world representing us in the NCAA tournament. But no, he's done a masterful, remarkable job back there. Hey, once his luck, twice his skill. 4 times in 4 years, that's a dynasty.
I know you spoke a little bit about it last night, but kind of big picture on the season. Obviously, it's not getting go the way you wanted it to, but for you guys to do what you did, get here tonight, what does that say about the guys in the room?
Well, tonight was, they're better than us. They were better. Are they that much better than us? I don't think so. Obviously, we didn't match up very well. They took advantage, their experience, all those types of things. And when you look at this season, we've had a couple stinkers, but most of them were early. And, as of late, we played well enough to earn a first round bye. We had success on the road, which is not easy for anybody, let alone a young team. Winning at Bentley, winning at Canisius, winning at Mercyhurst, winning at Army, difficult places to play. And then, finding a way to win the quarterfinal series, winning that game against RIT. There's a lot to be optimistic about. And I said I haven't had to give that speech before. I've never had to give a speech, a bad speech, or in a losing effort in a championship game. That's the first time it's ever happened to us. But we have lost before here, and we have had our heart broke. And I think, the message I'm going to convey to our guys once we get back and everything settles is I'm going to tell them a little story about 2016 when we got our heart broken. We had a lead on RIT, and we didn't get a puck out, and they tied the game with 2 minutes left, and they beat us in overtime. And we went back and we used that to continue to as motivation in the weight room and with all the different facets of all the things that we do. And we came back and we won we went to the NCAA tournament. We won the league in 17 and 18 and went to the NCAA tournament. And we have one senior this year, is Alex Schilling. Back then we had two seniors. We had Max Hartner and Ben Carey. And I told those guys, well, in that game, you left a legacy. We were picked to finish 7th that year. We finished 2nd. This year we were picked to finish 9th, and we finished 2nd in the playoffs. And I told Ben Carey and Max Hartner, not many guys get a chance to leave a living legacy. Your living legacy is this group. And that group came back and won consecutive championships and went to the NCAA tournament. I told the same thing to Alex Schilling. You have a living legacy. This group is your living legacy. And trust me, we're back. And that group is not going to let Schilling down.
What did it mean to you to see AIC stopping Schilling?
Did she?
AIC, like they were cheering for him.
Well, they're a classy outfit. I mean, led by a classy coach. And, we didn't handle some of that game very well. And we took some bad penalties and some chippy penalties, penalties that I'm not, that we're not proud of. We're all about hard hockey. We're not about cheap hockey. And it got away from us a little bit. But they know the score. They're a veteran team. They're the oldest team in the country. They've played a lot of hockey. They've had a lot of success. And like I said, they're a first class group of young men. And where does all that start? All that starts at the top with Eric Lang.
Okay,
we're going to go to Zoom with Chris May. Chris, go ahead. Go ahead, Chris. Chris, you're on mute.
All right. Can you hear me now?
yes.
Okay. Frank, when you think back on this season, what are some of the main areas of growth that you saw?
Some of the main areas that I saw
The main areas of growth.
of growth.
Yeah, growth.
We grew all the way massively, all the way through our lineup. I mean, we were a young, very, very, very inexperienced team. And, there's not much you can do about youth. Mother Nature takes care of that. We're going to be older next year. But as I always say, you can buy everything at Walmart except experience. We didn't have much experience in the beginning of the year. And at the end of the year, we're still a young team, but we are a very experienced team. It didn't look like that out there tonight, but we're here, and we deserve to be here. We belong here, and it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. But AIC went out and did what they do. They handled a very good. We're a good team. Good teams don't make it, especially with the depth that we have in our league right now. Got a better chance of hitting the Powerball than getting to the championship game of the playoffs with the depth that we have in this league. It took a good team to get to this championship team or this championship game. And I know the game didn't go. We didn't play as well as we wanted to play. But we are a good team. There's no way you don't get to where we got without being a good team. And when you look to the future, we got everybody back for the most part, except for Shills. Obviously, he's a big piece of the puzzle. We're going to have to replace him. But not only are we going to come back good, we're going to come back better.
Thanks, Coach. Brandon. Yeah, Brandon. Joined now by Brandon Cook. The questions from the room first.
Obviously not anything you want, but when you look at the season as a whole, how's that excite you for what's in the future of the program?
Oh yeah, it's very exciting. Yeah, like you said, tonight was pretty tough. We weren't the team we have been all year. Obviously, we had a few tough games early on, but grew as the season went on, and we just didn't have that performance tonight. But I mean, my first 2 years weren't easy either. This one wasn't. But yeah, bringing everyone back, obviously besides shows, like super exciting. So. It's not easy. Obviously, he came in as a sophomore and kind of stole the show. And last year, did the same thing. And then this year, we don't make it here if we don't have him. So obviously he's a big piece of that puzzle. And Frank's been great with goalies. I mean, he always finds a diamond in the rough. So obviously we're looking towards Frank, but I mean, the 3 goalies we have right now, like any of them can step in. So.
Good, Brandon, thank you. I was joined by Willie Ryan.
What do you mean to this program and, the success you guys had this year?
Are you referring to Shills?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think both Frank and Cookie, they touched on it. I mean, he really meant everything. He was the only senior. He was, I mean, he really just led us from the front, and we all followed. We all were able to follow him, and I mean, it'll be tough without him. But I know we got just about everyone coming back, and that's really exciting. And I know everyone really believes in what we have, and it'll be a really fun journey, and hopefully we'll be able to win it with Shills for Shills.
Got one from Zoom. It's fine.
Okay, we're gonna hear from Chris with Flight Path. Chris, go ahead.
Hi, Willie. I wanted to just ask about the value of going on the run that you guys did in the playoffs and just all those tight games you had leading up to the playoffs. What's the value in that for the team going forward next year?
Yeah, I think there's huge value. Frank alluded to growth during the year, and I'd say that really added to our growth. That we were really struggling to win the close games at the beginning of the year, and obviously we had 2 overtime wins against Army, and then we had a really close one against RIT. And being able to win the close games is vintage Air Force hockey, and hopefully we can carry that on. And now that we've already kind of done the majority of the growth, we can settle in and play a consistent brand of hockey next year.
Anything else? Okay, well, thank you. It will be joined momentarily by AIC, head coach Eric Lang, and student athletes Blake Bennett and Chris Dodaro. Back here in a little bit.